welcome to the update. I'm Heidi Tiltons. Anthony Albanese is hitting back at American drug companies who argue Australia's pharmaceutical benefits scheme is unfair. The US medicines lobby is calling for tariffs on medical exports, saying it can't compete when the federal government subsidises critical drugs. But the Prime Minister says it's not up for negotiation.
We will defend the PBS. We will not be negotiating over whether we have the right here to put pharmaceuticals onto the PBS. That is what we will do.
Doctors say a tax on sugar-sweetened drinks would curb the country's escalating obesity rates. The AMA says taxing beverages will reduce annual sugar consumption by 2 kilos per person and raise nearly $4 billion in government revenue. The federal government isn't too worried about the 53,000 jobs lost last month, saying it's mainly down to people retiring. Australia's unemployment rate has remained steady in February at 4.1%. Workplace Minister Murray Watt says while more baby boomers are calling time on their careers, more jobs are being created for younger Australians.
The ABS has said today that most of the jobs lost or people no longer working are older people who've chosen to retire. But this is consistent with the forecast that we released in MyEFO.
More than a decade after the plane disappeared, Malaysia has approved a new search for missing flight MH370. Texas-based Ocean Infinity has signed a contract to search 15,000 square kilometres in the southern Indian Ocean. Shadow Treasurer Angus Taylor has had his news conference disrupted by a climate protest in Sydney. The latest incident coming just 2 hours after two members of Rising Tide heckled opposition leader Peter Dutton as he was delivering a speech before they were tackled by security. And there are grave concerns for the health of two NASA astronauts who have returned to Earth after 268 days in space. Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore are suffering muscle atrophy and bone density loss and will now enter a 45-day rehabilitation program. Sport and entertainment are next.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Windsor Gardens or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
In sport, Nick Kyrgios has picked up his first win on tour in 2.5 years at the Miami Open. He says there are plenty of moments where he questions whether he'll ever recover fully from his wrist injury.
In a cast for 12 weeks, couldn't move my wrist, and the surgeons were saying I'd never play again. And I was listening to a lot of the outside noise, whether I'd be able to play at this level and win. Playing's one thing, but winning matches and executing is another thing.
Penrith fullback Dane Laurie has been ruled out of tonight's NRL Grand Final rematch in Melbourne. Thomas Jenkins has been brought into the Panthers squad, and the NBL Championship will be decided in Wollongong on Sunday after the Illawarra Hawks forced a Game 5 decider with Melbourne United. In entertainment news, Kanye West has revealed friends have tried to stage an intervention after his latest online tirade where he accused his ex, Kim Kardashian, of sex trafficking their kids. The controversial rapper says he answered a knock at the door with people urging him to go to a hospital for help. Dua Lipa has staged an impromptu photo shoot on the streets of Melbourne. The pop superstar posting the photos to social media after night 2 of her Radical Optimism tour, where she's performed a surprise rendition of 90s hit Torn. And Aussie-born singer Sia has filed for divorce after 2 years of marriage. The documents filed in LA revealing the singer secretly welcomed a third child a year ago. She's now seeking legal and physical custody of the 11-month-old boy named Somersault. And that's the latest from the Nova Podcast News team. We'll have another episode of The Update for you tomorrow.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Windsor Gardens or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.